Have you ever had the feeling of working too hard and not getting anywhere? That feeling that, even if you try so hard, productivity is small? You may be just trying nice. Working on something that won't create outcomes. Many initiatives, whether personal or organizational, fail for a very simple reason. We walk without a clear definition of the expected destination. This causes rework, waste, and personal conflicts. To produce more in less time, we need to understand more clearly what are the real needs and focus our efforts on the best solution alternative. There are several business analysis techniques that can assist you in this work. Let's now talk about one of them, root cause analysis. This technique is used to systematically identify and analyze the origin of a problem. It's essential that our efforts are directed to solve the cause of the problems. Otherwise, we will spend a lot of energy just dealing with the effects without any effective results. Root cause analysis follows an iterative approach by investigating individually each possible cause and deepening more and more in the analysis whenever necessary. In general, we can structure the process in 4 simple steps. First, describe the problem to be analyzed. Second, collect the known effects of the problem for analysis. Third, identify the cause by investigating patterns that occur in these collected effects. And fourth, define corrective actions that will prevent or minimize the problem. An useful approach to exploring the possible root cause of a problem is the 5 whys technique, one of the simplest and easiest to use facilitation tools for problem analysis in meetings, workshops, and interviews. The technique works this way. Before you try to resolve a problem, ask why this problem occurs and see what ideas are presented. Ask again why these ideas happen and seek deeper origins. And keep asking why until you convince yourself that you have found the root cause of the problem. Although the technique is called the 5 whys, that doesn't make 5 a magic number. Depending on the problem, you may need more or less than 5 iterations to find the root. Follow your discernment, but keep in mind that the deeper your analysis goes, the more likely you are to find the most appropriate solution. Let's look at a patient in a medical appointment, for example.
Doctor, I'm feeling sick, I'm dizzy, and in pain all over my body.
Why does he show these symptoms? One hypothesis is that the cause is fever. This hypothesis is easily validated with a thermometer. And there's the solution to the problem. You prescribe an antithermal, the fever goes down, and the pains will go away, right? Wrong. Although fever can be seen as the cause of dizziness and pain, it is certainly not the root cause, but also an effect originated by something deeper. The question becomes, why does this patient have a fever? More symptoms are collected and more tests are done.
Ouch, ouch! Oh, there is where the pain is higher, doc.
An inflammation in the digestive system is causing the fever. Therefore, just take an anti-inflammatory medicine and all the problems are over, right? Wrong again. Inflammation is also a symptom and not a cause. The question becomes, why is the intestine inflamed? Although some symptoms such as fever or inflammations are severe and must be remedied to avoid suffering and stop major damage, to treat only symptoms won't solve the patient's problem. You have to find the root cause. That's where a good doctor makes all the difference by analyzing the history and the current situation.
My life's upside down, doc.
People with tendency to inflammatory bowel disease manifest this disease in situations of strong emotional tension. The cause of inflammation may be stress. Solve the stressful situation and all these problems will go away. See that there is no absolute rule about how many whys should be asked until you find the root cause. You could stop here and prescribe a tranquilizer or a vacation to this patient. However, deepening further and further may be fundamental to finding the origin and the appropriate remedy. Why is this patient stressed?
My wife drives me crazy.
Why does she drive him crazy? Why do they fight? Why is she always unsatisfied? By exploring more and more deeply the source of the problem, it will be possible to find the correct diagnosis and the most appropriate treatment. See that in this case, the first treatment indicated seemed to be an antithermal remedy, but we ended up indicating an aphrodisiac to solve this patient's problems once and for all.
That was great. Thanks, doc.
For more complex problems with multiple causes, we can use some visual and structured approaches such as the Ishikawa diagram, popularly known as the fishbone diagram. In this diagram, problem decomposition is subdivided into categories to list possible causes. For example, people, process, tools, policies. Stimulated by each category, brainstorm using the 5 whys to identify possible causes. Investigate deeper into those where you feel the need, turning it into a subcategory and opening more brains in your fishbowl. This technique stimulates creativity and helps to think about multiple possible hypotheses in a structured way. Of course, as the doctor does with laboratory tests, it's always necessary to validate what has been mapped with data to verify that the hypotheses are true. The important thing in the root cause analysis is to maintain objectivity in the search for cause and effect relationships and understand that treating symptoms is the same as drying ice. Always seek the most appropriate action to generate effective solutions.